guys, welcome back. Another episode, number 30, you guys. Eric, number 30. Big 30. We're more than at the halfway point this year with the podcast. I'm excited. I want to, in advance, apologize for my haircut, for my hair. It's currently 6 a.m. Eric has me out here like a savage back in our early episode days. Eric's actually leaving today to Arizona, so we got to record this episode early. So you guys get a little early one this week. Eric, how's everything, brother? Fill me in.
Everything's going great. Yeah, just been working like a dog recently, getting everything ready to make sure that everything's in order for me to move out to Kentucky. My parents are on vacation right now, so right now this is my one time of the summer to enjoy myself. So I'm taking advantage of it right now.
That's good, Ogie. That's good, brother. I want to jump straight into it. I have only 3 points here, but you know the TMP, man. The conversations keep rolling. My first point for today, before I make that point, I've had a really bad habit of doing this. All right, you guys, stop what you're doing. If you guys, whatever platform you're on, if you're on Spotify, if you're on, what's the other one? Apple Podcasts, Google Play. If you're on any of those audio platforms, if you guys can write a review, give us some feedback, just so we can get our name out there, please do so. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe and support. I've seen the support through the views, and if you guys can just show a little bit more support, we would greatly appreciate it. I hate doing that, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
I hate doing it, but I have to, sometimes they
Yeah.
forget. Hey, we forget. Sometimes
Yeah.
we forget. Okay. If there's anyone who forgets anything, it's me. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. So, Eric, I don't exactly remember last week when I was talking about my job. I don't remember what I predicted. I do have it in my journal though that I predicted that because let me rewind this really quick. So I got hired at a new job. I filled you guys in with that. I filled you guys in with me being part-time for 3 months, probation period, 90 days.
Right.
They don't want to put more than 30 hours on us because, they want to make sure that we're prepared, yada, yada, yada. 1 week into my training, or I'm sorry, 1 week into probation, and they already assigned me a full schedule, like a full workload. And I'm not gonna lie to no one, Eric. I felt like really weird. Because I expected it to be like a longer process. And it kind of just fell on my lap. And I'm not gonna say like I didn't work hard for it. I'm not gonna say I didn't deserve it, but it definitely had me feeling a certain way. I don't know why, Eric. Is that weird? I've been telling everyone. I told Ellie, I told Ellie's parents, like I feel so weird because in my mind and in my heart, I was prepared for like this dogfight, like I'm gonna be part-time, I'm gonna do everything I can to become full-time. And like literally like a few days, a week into me even being in this new field, I'm already full time, and I just want to thank God for sure, for lining things up. And I don't know, I just have to
Yeah.
get used to not like what would you call it, Eric?
Yeah, so like I get what you're saying of that feeling of like, you kind of mentally and physically prepared yourself for something and it
Oh,
just
for
kind of,
war.
yeah, exactly. And that's kind of how we grew up, right? That's just how our mentality is and what our mindset is. So, I mean, it's a good mindset, but also the other half of that is, when we do get things like that easily, we don't appreciate it as much as we do when we grind for it. So it's part of I would say one of my weaknesses as well is just to learn to appreciate when things go the way that they
That's what it
should.
is.
It's
Yes.
it's that part, and so taking that for granted and or just realizing like it's okay for things to sometimes just kind of fall in your lap, because we work our butt off all the time for everything else. So, it's sometimes the law of attraction will come to you.
Yeah, and another thing too is like it's I guess I got rewarded for showing up to work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who don't know on the podcast, because I hadn't told anyone, my first day on the job, my clients did like a no call no show. And so my supervisor had texted me on my way to my first ever session, you guys, my first ever session, super nervous, tossing and turning the night before. You don't want to mess up. This is a new job. This is a good opportunity. Turns out that it was a no call, no show on the very first day. It was very defeating because I'm in a group chat with my coworkers that I trained with, and all of them are telling me about their experience and blah blah blah, like their first time experience, because a lot of them are new to the field as just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am like a muck. I had to wait on the patio step for 30 minutes. That's the policy before you can get paid for that service, because it was a no call no show. So I had to sit there for 30 minutes, and then boom, that was my first day of work. But I kept my chin up and I kept
Mm-hmm.
going. I didn't compare myself to other people's experience. What I did tell myself, Eric, is that, hey, I did my job. And I told my
Mm-hmm.
supervisor, she called me and she apologized. And she's like, I know you want to get in the field already. And, it's just
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. They should have communicated. I was like, look, I was like, it's part of the job. I was like, I'm just here to do my job, and that's it. I was like, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, Eric. I don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Like I said, back to my first point, I think maybe I just got rewarded for showing up for that week straight, just
Mm-hmm.
being loyal to my 15 hours that I was
Mm-hmm.
given for 1 week. And like I said, God lined things up. He let things happen, and I'm not asking questions. I just
Mm-hmm.
I'm super happy that that it happened sooner than I expected. It's almost like a treat, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
And yeah, I wouldn't look too much into it. And it's just really, it's one less thing, It's one less thing that you have to worry about as far as the grind, the
Yeah.
workload. It's just now that it kind of came faster than you expected. Now you're ahead of things in reality,
Ooh,
right?
Eric, don't do this to me.
So
That's
now
true.
look at
Very
this,
true.
you're ahead of
Yes.
this. So
Mhm.
so people sometimes will look at this situation and go, all right, I made it, and they'll become complacent, or they think, okay, now that I got it, I can kind of pull back on that throttle and
Mm,
coast from here, which is not. No, if this blessing came into you, and it's like you got it earlier than expected, or things came easier than what you were preparing for, that's not a sign to just sit back and coast. It's a sign to continue doing what you're doing because it's working.
yeah.
Because it's working.
Yeah. No, it's true, Eric. And I was asking my lady too, because I get up pretty early for work. I have to get up at 6, and then I have to leave the house by 7:15. So I got about an hour ish to get ready in the morning, to make breakfast, to get ready,
Mhm.
to clean up after myself. And I was telling her, like, on my way to work, I picked the most not even most motivating songs. I just picked the songs that either are going to make me sing, make me feel a certain way. So I go
Mhm.
into work with the right energy every day. And I'm talking about, Eric, I send it. Like, I'm putting the radio at 40.
Mhm.
I'm looking at people like, what, I'm saying? Like, I'm really starting my day off with the bang, and I'm gonna challenge myself to see how long I can carry that energy out. But but what it is like you said, it's just me not letting go of the throttle.
Mhm.
I'm continuously fueling myself, putting energy through music.
Mhm.
Even a couple minutes before my sessions, a little meditation,
Mhm.
talking about I am going to perform well, and I'm going to do uh my job regardless of adversary or whatever. I'm telling myself in the car, you guys, on my way to work, as I pull up to my session, I'm not letting go of that throttle. I'm keeping my mind sharp in this
Mhm.
field. I don't want to let go of that throttle, like you said, Eric.
Mhm.
um Regardless of how fast my promotion came to full time, I still have to make it through probation.
Mhm.
So nothing's set in stone, so
Mhm.
I have to grind like I was part-time,
Right.
have that same grind.
Right. That kind of brings me to my first point, which is to obsess about what it is that you want to do. And Rodolfo, you're doing this well. And I get this asked all I get asked all the time, like what do you do? Like why are you doing that? Like to me, it's normal to wake up early, to do more than everybody else, to like read, to juggle all these different things. And people always are like, why? It's because I'm obsessed about what I'm doing. And if you are obsessed, you'll get those questions too, because not everybody else is doing those things. They start to question why you even do it, because it's like that's not normal, right? But to obsess about something and to care so much about what you want to achieve is to not be normal, right?
Yeah.
It's to, because if you're normal, then you're just like everybody else, and you're going to achieve mediocrity. You to be better than anybody, to achieve the position, the job, the assignment, whatever it might be, that you want. You need to obsess about it. You need to do things that people aren't willing to do. People question, why are you doing that? That's a bit much. No, it's not a bit much when you really are passionate and obsessed about achieving the goal that you want to achieve, right? That so Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the king of obsession. If you guys go back to the early podcast, I literally would do like Rodolfo's obsession of the week or something. Like I did that for a few weeks, whether it was a TV show, a movie, or whatever. Um, Star Wars, whatever it was. I bring when I'm obsessed with something, you guys, I don't question it. Obviously, if it's gonna not put my health at risk or something, I'm not advocating to do something savage. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like if it's an obsession about a job, some type of I don't know, some anything,
Mhm.
send it. What if you like to design stickers and whatever, do it.
Mhm.
Obsess over it. If you like whatever it is. I get excited, Eric, when I see uh one of my friends who's been a longtime friend since high school. When I see her making cakes on her cake page on Instagram, when she's posting, like a anniversary cake and that she's did or this, it makes me happy because they're creating this tunnel vision for their life of them knowing what they want to do and then them doing
Mhm.
it, and that
Mhm.
makes me happy because I understand that when you're in pursuit of something, you're focused. When a cop's in pursuit of a criminal, like a hit and run,
Mhm.
the cop has like no care in the world other than that
Mhm.
car in front of it, that pursuit going on. um and for that moment, until
Mhm.
as long as that pursuit is active, those police officers are at tunnel vision. Their sirens are on for a reason because
Mhm.
they're going. They don't have time to look to the left and right. The sirens are on. They're
Mhm.
focused. They know what they want. They the objective is there. They
Yeah.
have to get the job done, and that's what obsession is setting this objective, setting this goal, and then following it, and it creates naturally that tunnel vision. You start working your schedule around that hobby. You start working your schedule, and it's almost easy to schedule around it because you want to schedule around it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
huge thing. The want is a huge part of an obsession.
Yeah, the way I'm kind of taking about it when I'm going here up to law school in a minute, I'm my mindset is just like, all right, I'm going into the booking station, I'm giving in that jumpsuit, and I'm gonna serve my prison term for 3 years. Like that's it. I'm gonna be on a shoe program, just straight, nothing but sleep, reading, and studying. Like just nothing else. No parties, no um going off to vacation, nothing, just straight up. And I'm obsessed, right? You wake up every day, what are you thinking about? School. What are you thinking about? School. What are you doing? School. That's it. And so when you obsess about something like that, you gotta make sure that, how do I put this? You got to make sure that know yourself. How about that? Your mind and your body, because it can be easy to get in that habit, bad habits, right? When you start obsessing about something. So when you go about it, make sure you're doing it the right way. And what I mean by that is taking care of yourself, but also knowing like what you can do and your limits, your boundaries, right? Staying true to yourself, because there's sometimes people obsess too much and they start to what do you call it, stray away from who they are and what they've done to become what they've where they've been. So part of that is staying true to yourself and not losing that dog in you, that same person that got you to where you are.
Yeah, I agree. And Eric, I get asked this question a lot, and I kid you not, a lot over the last 4 years. Um, Fast food, retail, warehouse, shelter, and not now anymore because I have coworkers, but we don't have an office we meet at or anything. So we just go from our house to our destination. We don't really talk. Coworkers don't talk, so I don't have the opportunity, or I don't. Yeah, to get asked this question, I've been asked for 4 years, and you're probably wondering, well, what's the question? The question is, like, why or how do you know? Um, how do you know if something's for you? Like, how do you know what? Like, how do you know what you want to do in life? Like that cliche question,
Mm-hmm.
and I always tell them, like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I just I think I know what I want to do and I'm confident in it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And it's okay, you guys, to not know what you want to do yet. It's okay. Um don't feel like, oh, I don't have a passion. It's okay. You guys, it almost comes naturally. I see a lot of people who are into different things, dirt bikes, drawing. You guys, there is no especially in 2021, there's no definite like thing to do in life,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to go to school, you don't have to not go to school, you can go many routes in life. But what I do encourage you guys is find something that you naturally like, even if it's video games. Maybe streaming is a possibility, but
Mm-hmm.
start sit down with yourself and start writing things that you're into. And I did
Mm-hmm.
this, you guys. I literally did this. I might even pull it out of my journal one day. I wrote down things I like: guitar, video games, speaking, and I went down the list.
Mm-hmm.
And then like literally week by week or like a day by day, I would figure out how often do I play the guitar. Okay, I haven't played guitar in 3 weeks. That's clearly not. It's definitely something I like to do, but it's not my passion. And I
Mm-hmm.
crossed it out. And then I went down the line, you guys. And guess what the last thing was? It was two things were the very last things that were on that list: vlogging and making a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even vlog anymore. So, because obviously, like I said, when you're passionate about something, you want to do it. It looks easy. You never get
Mm-hmm.
tired. Um, no, it was work. Vlogging was work. I wasn't passionate about it. I gave it up. And the last thing was left was podcasting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still doing it to today. But my point is, you guys, if you don't know what you want to do, that's fine, but don't sit back and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Take yourself serious, okay? And like I said, when you discover your passion, when you're in the process of trying to find what you love to do, you guys, it's very wholesome. It makes it, I don't know how to say it, but it almost makes you happy pursuing something that you like to do, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's microscopic steps, baby steps in
Mm-hmm.
that direction. You guys, you're headed towards your purpose. It's a fight to achieve whatever you want to do. Eric is about to enter his 3 years of law school. It's going to be a fight, but
Mm-hmm.
through baby steps, he's gonna do it. You know why? Because he knows what he wants to do. He wants
Mm-hmm.
to do what he wants to do, and he's gonna do what he wants to do. It's just it's a step-by-step process, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I loved about school, Eric, is that it's year by year. and
Mm-hmm.
and to me, that's the way I work. At the
Yeah.
boxing gym, my coach says, all right, you guys, 5 push-ups, and everyone's happy. Like the new people, like it's their new week. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 5 push-ups and we're done with conditioning for the day. No, he goes one, and then he'll go on his phone, he'll talk to the other coach, and then he'll be like, oh, two, go down for the second push-up. And so we're holding like these planks for like a minute and a half, and then he's barely on the third count of 5 push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And that messes with my head because in my mind I'm like, okay, 5 push-ups, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It throws me for a loop.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's how I feel about that, Eric. I don't know how you feel about that. Kind of went off on a little rant, but that's
Yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying? Fill me in, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. So to add on to that, it's if I suggest if you guys still are trying to figure out what it is that you want or what you're passionate about, go down to Michael's, Office Depot, or any Walmart even, and get yourself a bit like I don't know a whiteboard maybe, something that you can a poster, a paper, and go home, sit at your table, no distractions, no phone, TV, nothing, and just think about what is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want in life, right? Is it money? Is it the car? Is it happy family? What is it that you want in life, right? And start to maybe print out some pictures or put little things that can remind you of that goal of those wants and put it on that board. It's called a vision board. And once you've got that board, put it up somewhere where you can see it every single day and remind yourself of the things you want. And that way, it naturally gets you thinking about, okay, how can I work on this today? How can I get this done today? And in this way, you're not thinking about the long term goal. I mean, and you are, but reality, you're looking about the short term in this sense. When you're looking at this vision board, like for example, when I'm going up to law school here, I'm thinking obviously graduate, get my degree, and take the bar exam. But what I'm worried about right now is okay, day one, I have a test or I have a paper, I have some reading to do. My goal is to read this book the best that ability that I can, right? So I'm not going to be focused and worried about the long run because I need to worry about today first because today's going to go right like that. The days go by faster than you know it. They really do. So when you get that vision board and you figuring out what it is that you like or that you're passionate about, start working on it each and every day because it'll come to you and it'll find yourself. Maybe even have like sticky notes too. Like I've been using sticky notes, Rodolfo. I don't know about you. I think you remember you told me about a Remind app that you've
Oh
been using.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
Yeah, I've been using sticky notes recently. That's been
Oh,
my go-to.
is
I
is that the phone app or actual physical sticky notes?
physical sticky notes.
Oh, okay.
I will plaster my desk with sticky notes with just one sentence or things to do. But this way, it helps me keep me organized, right? Because it's how I remember.
Yeah, I go by flashcards here. I
Mm-hmm.
have flashcards that I have. But this is the reminder app. I don't think there's anything inappropriate. It's my list here, and you have appointments, short-term list, daily list, stocks, work list, podcast list, payment list, computer things, and then the morning work routine. This is my reminders app. When I click on the appointments, it tells me like my, hold on. Okay. Podcast, post 2 podcast clips, workout at 8 a.m. Like that is what that's my 2 appointments for today. And then it
Mm-hmm.
has the time frame. That's how I kind of simplify my day. That's what works for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, it's all about finding out what works for you. There's
Yes.
there's nothing more satisfying than knowing what doesn't work for you. Like that's satisfying. Like, well, that didn't work. Whatever that may
Exactly.
be, it's satisfying because that's out the window. It's done with.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. It's kakoots. It's over. I
Right.
wanted to give you guys an update. It's been a couple weeks since I've updated you guys on my boxing. Um, like I said, you guys go back to the old podcast. Typically in the first 5 minutes, I give you guys an update of what I'm currently into. Um, as of, I want to say the 14th of this month will be 1 month in the as a uh what is it called, a member at a boxing gym. So I'm almost at the 1 month anniversary. My fiance already hit me with the question of how long are you doing this for? I told her I don't know. I don't know. I told her that when I don't want to do it anymore, I won't do it anymore. I'll just let them know like that's it. It's month by month, so there's no contract. Um, but back to what we were saying earlier, I don't know. Just kind of do what you like. Do what works for you. Boxing, for me at this time, in the past it was woodshop, in the past it was this vlogging, now it's podcasting and boxing. For me, I like that type of sweat, that calisthenics type of workout, 10 burpees, 10 push-ups, and then shadow box for 2 minutes, and then next routine, hit the punch, whatever it is. So I'm almost at my 1 month anniversary in a couple weeks here. 3 days a week, you guys, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Let me know if you guys want to join. I'll fill you guys on the information. And then I try to do my workouts in between those days, maybe like some jump rope, core workout. Um, Secret gift of mine, Eric, is I actually do yoga like at least once a week.
Mhm.
So that's part of my little workout regimen throughout the week. But yeah, that's the update, guys. I'm still hanging in there like a soldier. Like I told my fiance, I don't know how long this will continue. All I know is that like 3 months from now, my 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 coach wants me to start sparring with his amateur guys, and I'm like super nervous. But like I said, we're taking it step by step. I'm lagging on buying the headgear, by the way. Ain't gonna lie to nobody. But yeah, so that's a quick update. If anyone happened to care.
I would be nervous to hop in that ring, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm sure it'd be like one of those things that you would like remember for the rest of your life. That like, oh, I remember that one time I sparred, and I can see it being like exhilarating. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to voluntarily go into a ring and ask somebody to punch me.
Yeah, like these are actual like amateurs that have tournaments to make them pro this year and next
Wow.
year. So like I'm like okay. And he's not saying like I'm some type of like natural boxer or anything. No, it's just sparring, you guys. It's just punching each other. But you have to want to get hit, you know. Um I've slowly, like, I'm training my mind like, okay, it's just a boxing glove. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but it is what it is. I don't know. What's your next point, Eric?
Yeah, my next point was so I've been investing recently. I've been trying to get into investment. I've had investments this whole time, but I'm really trying to get into learning how to invest because I've seen so many people that have quit their jobs and gone into day trading, and I've also seen people that are about to retire and they have this nice little Easter egg because they've invested since they started working. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, we weren't taught this in school, right? We weren't taught investing, taxes, how to use a credit card, none of that.
Right,
And
check, nothing.
nothing. And so I took time. I was like, you know what? I need to start to learn these things that I wasn't taught and that is necessary in school, right? So for me, this next little endeavor too, it's gonna take a long time because I have a lot of other things going on. But this is one of like my side things that I'm working on is learning how to invest, how to do taxes. And I'm not just saying like, TurboTax and then I'm done. I'm talking about understanding what I'm doing, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not going to just sit there and just send things out to send it, right? I'm going to
Mm.
figure out ways to, oh, how can I make this better? How can I do taxes better? Or how can I have a better credit score, right? Things that I don't know anything about, nor was I taught anything about, but it will be beneficial in the long run, and it'll be beneficial to know how to do these things
So are you getting into stocks or like cryptocurrency, like, or like currency?
like ETFs. So they're
Oh,
similar. They're
okay.
similar to mutual funds,
Right,
in,
right.
in the fact that it's a large amount of stocks that are being invested.
Mhm.
But the difference is that a mutual fund, you have a person that trades the stocks,
Right.
trades the money,
Okay.
versus electric ETF, which is the electronic trade fund. The computer does it, and
Okay.
they take less of a cut.
Okay. So less of a cut if a computer does it. Is
Yes,
that correct? Okay.
yes.
Okay. Look at you, Eric. Fun fact, you guys. I've actually bought my first stock 2020, a year ago, actually, like
Hmm.
literally exactly 1 year ago around this time. Um, my first stocks were with Nordstrom. That's the company I worked for 3 years of my 4 years of college. And I did really well, Eric. I put down 400. That was everything I had for tax money. I like to justify my actions, so I said it was tax money. I was like, "Oh, it's extra money. I worked for this." I just
Uh-huh.
dropped 4 bills, and within like 3 or 4 months, I got like around 900 to 1,000 in return. Um,
Nice.
that was when COVID just happened, you guys. It was
Yeah.
like I said, this time last year, maybe a couple months earlier, like around May-ish, May, June-ish. Nordstrom was not doing good as a company. We were closing stores and everything. Their stocks went down. But it's not that simple. Again, I worked for them for 3 years. I always looked at what the stocks normally went for. They always went for around 60 to 80 per one share, $80 for one share of Nordstrom. Around last year, around May or June, it was $11 per share. And so I
Mm.
was like, nah, there's no way. And I was like, okay, $400. Boom. I bought like 30 something shares. Once the company figured out their life and how to survive COVID, their stocks went up and I sold it. And they're in the mid 30s to 40s range now. So they're back up there. They're making their way back up to where they used to be. But I took advantage of that. But yeah, I just
Mhm.
wanted to bring up that yeah, I do have my own stocks. I currently own a couple Apple stocks and a couple Airbnb stocks as well.
Nice. Yeah.
Hmm.
I do suggest for those listening to this podcast to take time and learn about the stock market investing, right? The younger you start, the more you'll have a return in the long run. You got to have your stocks that you want to, you can day trade for, but you also have the long term stocks that you need to invest in for, till you retire.
Hmm.
Because if you invest $1 starting now until you retire versus $1 starting at 30 or 40 or 50 until you retire, you're going to have less money, obviously. So
Hmm.
the sooner you start, the more money that you're going to get. So take time, learn about this stuff because it can be beneficial in the long run about just being good with your money.
Hmm. Being prepared, having multiple sources of income. I could dig into my stocks account, makes some sales. Not today because it's Saturday, but on
Mhm.
Monday, like our holiday shoot, Tuesday, if I needed to, I have a resource to dig into. Like let's say I don't get paid until the next week and I have a bill that needs to get paid and I can't mess up my credit. I could sell a stock immediately and boom, not suffer from a lack
Mhm.
of unpreparation or a lack of resources. We're just creating more wealth for our life. We're creating more stability for our life. And it's baby steps. Stocks can get overwhelming. Currency and all that stuff can get overwhelming. I probably spent like a good 5 to 7 months, maybe 1 or 2 days a week looking into it, seeing these big definitions and then throwing up and then not touching it again for a week, trying to figure out what the hell was that again.
Yeah.
It's just baby steps, you guys. Again, we're talking about multiple sources of income. We're talking about investing at while we're young. We're not necessarily saying that this isn't clickbait. Eric drops law school for cryptocurrency.
Yeah, no.
We're just talking about multiple sources of income. We're talking about preparing, you guys. We're constantly preparing.
Yes.
We're constantly trying to figure out we're sharpening our tools. We're figuring out how we can continue to have an edge on life. We don't want to get caught slipping. And elephant in the room, you guys, stocks and currency definitely has made an incline in the
Hmm.
social media world. So um it's important to at least look into it, see if it's for you. Um,
Hmm.
who knows? Who knows? Maybe maybe that's your thing. Whoever's listening to this, who knows?
Yeah, maybe this is a what is it, omen to
Yeah.
start. But
Hmm.
the main point was just to start learning and teaching yourself these things,
Yes.
just to be
Yes.
aware of it, aware of them. Being aware of it and learning about it is necessary because it's part of being an adult, right? Part of
Hmm.
growing up that you have to know how to balance all these things, right? You have your work that you need to balance, you have your family that you need to balance, but then there's also your financials that you need to
Hmm.
balance because if you're not too if you're too lackadaisical, then it will bite you in the long run,
Hmm.
right? Because if
Yeah.
you're not good with your money, then you're going to end up being 4 steps behind. Just as Rodolfo had kind of the unexpected fast pace um workload on his job,
Yeah, promotion, yeah.
promotion, it can go just vice versa, just the opposite way, just as
Oh yeah,
fast.
no doubt. And that's why, to talk about what we talked about earlier in the podcast is that's why I go to work with such like crazy vibes. Like I have to bring that energy because at any moment I can get a text from my supervisor saying that uh my my workload has been reduced due to insurance issues or due to family content with their client or their child's progress, and boom, just like that I'm back to part-time. But the only thing that hasn't changed is my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I did get demoted down to part-time again, my energy wouldn't change because it was my energy in the first place that got me promoted, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just remaining sharp, remaining like on the balls of your feet, ready to go, ready for anticipating anything. And you have to be, you guys, you have to be razor sharp every day. You can't afford to like Eric said, you can't afford to be lackadaisical. You got to keep on your toes, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to be prepared for what life brings you, because I could testify, you guys, that for every, what is it, Eric? For every one bad thing, or for every, what is it? Is it the saying? Is it one bad thing? It's two good things, or it's the other way around? For
I just
every
know, I
what?
just know is that it's always one step forward and two steps back. That's how I remember it.
Okay, I'm trying to go more towards the angle of like, you guys, no matter what happens, if it's bad, it's always gonna come in a full circle. So where you look back and you're like, hey, you know what? Uh, maybe that was for the best of me, that
Mm-hmm.
that it happened in that sequence, it happened in that order. But I promise you guys, whatever life brings to you, you're gonna end up on top. Part of that is working towards getting on top.
Mm-hmm.
um Things don't just happen to you, they happen to you for a reason.
Mm-hmm. It's part of obsessing about it, right? And
Hmm.
part of the law of attraction. I think this is very true. I don't know if you could attest to this. You probably can, Rodolfo. But when you think about something and you focus and you obsess about it, things start to come to you in that realm, right? You obsess about, let's just say, like for me, recently, I've this entire summer, I've been trying to get as much money saved up as I can.
Ooh.
I've been trying to like I've been figuring out ways. I mean, look at right behind me. What do you see right there? What is
Picture
that?
frame.
No, no, no. These are all baseball cards.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
these,
yeah.
these are baseball cards. I've been obsessing this entire summer about trying to find ways to make money.
Yeah.
And so I'm working and I'm doing DoorDash and I'm even going in the garage. I'm just finding any ways I can to make money. I just sold about a handful of baseball cards for $300.
Yeah, this is news to me. Congratulations, Eric. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I was like, that's gonna be a tough sell, Eric, in my head. But hey, when you want something, baby, you'll get it.
It's
Good
true
job,
because
Eric. Good job.
but that's the law of attraction in my opinion, that when you want something and you really put your mind to it and you obsess about it, right? You figure out ways to do something about it every day, it'll come to you. Some things will come to you, but also like Ralph was also saying, it sometimes it doesn't.
Hmm.
You just got to keep that same mindset of
Hmm.
every day. I'm just gonna work towards this goal. I'm gonna obsess about it. I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna wake up to it. I'm just thinking about how can I make this goal, you know, today.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about life coming around in a full circle. There's just too many examples to share, but I remember for everything that's happened to me, like negative or unfortunate or unexpectedly, um, it comes around in a full circle. Just a quick example, we talked about COVID happening and stuff. When COVID happened, I was just talking to one of my ex coworkers that I seen in the mall, and I told her like it was a Friday, I believe, or a Thursday night that I closed with my manager, my assistant manager. And when I went home that night around 8 p.m. or something, she had texted me that work is discontinued for the moment. And I was like, huh? It was like literally within hours. She's like, yeah, the virus is breaking out.
Mm,
It's not good to have too many people in one area. You guys, I was hurt, because I was, as it is, I was only making $13 an hour. I was getting around 25-ish hours a week, so not a lot of money, you guys. I was in community college. At this time, Ali and I had just gotten engaged. We were supposed to get married a few months from that time. And I took a hit, but I told myself, everything comes around in a full circle. 3 weeks later, you guys, I'm getting paid $16 an hour. I'm doing 100 hours every payroll. You know what I'm saying? And you guys,
Mhm.
this is true stuff. Like, I could pull out the pay stubs and show you guys what I was making the week before COVID broke out, and then what I made about 2.5 weeks after I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? I kept my mind sharp, I kept positive, and I kept telling myself, full circle, full circle. Everything happens for a reason. Specifically, I don't doubt my purpose. I don't doubt anything happens to me. And I wanted to say this. There's a lot of motivational quotes that I hear in boxing. And there was like a young fighter going against like a veteran, and they asked the young fighter, like, how do you feel being in the ring with blah blah blah? And he's like, look, I'm here for a reason. He's like, why is it me that's in the ring with him? He's like, you know why? Because I'm supposed to be here. He's
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of him. He's all I know what I need to do. He's all I trained for it. He's all I'm prepared. He's all I'm supposed to be here. And that gave me goosebumps, Eric, because I
Mhm.
started thinking like, whoa, like, yeah, there's millions of people watching pay-per-view, and he's the one that's in the ring, and he's the one that said, I deserve to be here. He's
Mhm.
I'm the one that's in the ring with him. And so for you guys, don't doubt your situation. Understand that you're supposed to be where you're at right now and accept it, and then move forward. Just move forward. Everything comes around in a full circle. For every bad, this is my quote for today. For every bad, you guys, it's going to come around in a full circle for the good. I promise you guys that.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that, Rodolfo. No doubt.
Is that everything for you, sir? That's everything on my points here.
Yeah, no, that's everything over
All right,
here.
cool. Perfect. Perfect. All right, you guys. So that's going to do it for this episode. We want to thank you guys for tuning in for 30 episodes. A quick update as for merchandise. Eric and I did get in contact with uh, a sticker producer. I don't know what are they called? Like designers or something.
Mhm.
I don't know what the proper word is, but someone who's working on stickers for us. We're gonna get. I gotta send them the final logo. It's gonna have our QR code to our YouTube channel, right, Eric?
Yes.
Perfect. So we're gonna be handing those out. We're gonna be dropping them into restaurants, like on community boards and stuff like that. We're gonna be handing them out to the public, like savages. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with stickers. We're gonna see how the logo feels, and then what do you think, Eric, should be our first thing? Should we do a T-shirt? Should we do a hat? What do you think?
Um, I honestly want a hoodie. I
A
love
hoodie?
hoodies. I
I'm down
love
for a hoodie.
hoodies.
I'm down for a hoodie. We could do hoodies for our first merchandise thing once we agree on the logo, finalize the logo. But we are coming out with stickers, you guys. We're making baby steps. We're constantly, Eric and I are constantly thinking about our brand, how we can uh present ourselves,
Mhm.
appropriate, present ourselves. How does that present yourself approved, like
Mhm.
like I said earlier, we deserve to be here. We have
Mhm.
every right to upload a podcast like Joe Rogan does.
Joe Rogan's funny.
Oh, he's great. He's tremendous. But that's gonna do, you guys. I'm your host, Rodolfo Felix.
And co-host Eric Ogaz.
You guys have a blessed week, and we'll see you guys next one.
Peace.
Peace.